All right, you guys, I'm so sorry I had to start over back on my phone, back on my data plan, but I'll give it a minute and just make sure that you guys can hear and see me. And then we're going to talk about what I've done so far. And let me see if I can drop this link for you so you guys can follow along with pictures. I haven't scrubbed them yet. We've got somebody in here. I'm back on my phone, back to pinch and zoom. All right, you guys. I'll wait and let me know if you can hear and see if this is any better. And then we'll go ahead and get started. And I'll see if I can um, drop this link for you so you guys can see. Let me scroll up. I'll wait for a comment. Oh, it's just spinning slowly. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Absolutely horrible. The Wi-Fi was working and it's not, but I'm gonna assume that you guys are. Oh my word. Let me see if I pull this up on YouTube. I just want to make sure that we're good, and then we're gonna get started. Let's see. Or if someone wants to text me or inbox me that you guys can hear and see. Y'all, I'm trying to. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna hop over to YouTube and see, because I see nothing. I see nothing. 1 second. All right. Well, Leanne says you. All right. Well, Leanne says that you guys can hear and see. I really wish I could see the chat. Maybe it'll come alive. It's just hanging here. But let me go ahead and just use my own pictures to walk you guys through what I've done. Leanne, since you were on the other chat, grab that link. Maybe you can paste it in the chat so everyone can see. But we've been in the Tuscany region of Italy. This is the central region of Italy. Thank you all so much for being here. I know I just hopped into this struggle stream, but for anybody new here, this is not a cooking demonstration, but I am Maggie, your substitute teacher, and usually I'm welcoming you all to my struggle cooking class. Tonight, clearly, I am welcoming you to my struggle stream. I am in Florence, Italy. And this is the center part of Italy. And we've been here for a couple of days. Tomorrow we're checking out of this hotel. We're going further south. We're going to be going to Rome. So I'm very excited about that. But we've been to two cities here. We've been to two cities here in the central region, in Pisa, and that is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So hopefully you guys have seen some of the pictures that I've posted. And then we traveled to Florence. So I'm just going to look at my own photos here since I can't see the chat. And maybe I'll hop over to YouTube. All right. So when we arrived in Pisa yesterday, we met up with the local tour guide. So there are about 40 of us traveling together on a tour bus. And we have a guide that's with us for the whole trip. But anytime we go into a certain city, there's a local tour guide that meets us there that's an expert in that area. So so much history, y'all, and I'm trying to pay attention to all of it, but it's really fascinating when you go into some of these buildings that are over 1,000 years old. So we met with a local tour guide. She gave us these, they call them whispers, but it's basically the little earbuds that connect to a little radio device. And she's speaking into it and walking us through the square, and we're able to listen, saying, ask questions, and she'll answer them. So we went into one of the cathedrals that still has the remains of this 1,000 years since dead, I believe. And, you know, his body has not decayed and they have not preserved him. So they consider that a miracle. You have to be modest when you go into the cathedral. So you have to cover your shoulders and your knees in between, but it's just so beautiful. Some of the takeaways for me were with the architecture, the influence with the Jewish, the Christian, and the Muslim architecture, because you all know this part of the world had, you know, so much unfortunate, you know, warring, but also trading and influence when it comes to style and all of that. So that was amazing. And yes, we did go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and it's really fascinating when you see it in person. You don't usually see a structure that big. It's what, 8 stories? And if you guys look on my Instagram, or if you look on my Facebook or on my YouTube community tab, you'll see some of the pictures that I shared. Happy to drop the link here if you guys want me to. Unfortunately, I can't see your comments. It was working and then it's not. But anyway, what I learned about the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because they solid marble, and the location that we're in is very close to the Mediterranean. And so the soil, the amount of marble that they used. And so the original architect, I think he got up to like the 4th floor, if you will, and then he stopped and the tower leaned. And unfortunately, he passed. And so it stayed at that 4th level, you know, for I don't know how many years, until someone actually came behind and finished it. And what's interesting is what they tried to do to counterbalance the lean in the tower is to use heavier columns on the side that was, you know, on this side, and lighter columns and shorter on this side. There's been, you know, a lot of attempts to try and straighten it, but, you know, what I've heard is that actually makes it worse. There are stairs and go all the way up to the top. It's a bell tower, which is, you know, usually next to a church. And you know, back in the past when cities were founded, churches were usually one of the first buildings that were established there. But it was closed for several years to try to stabilize it. But now, whatever they've done to it has stabilized it. So now it's back open. We were not able to go inside of the tower, but we were able to, you know, go up to the entrance and see. And so that was really, really cool. And some good video of that. I'm just scrolling through so I can see what else to share with you all. Lots of shops, lots of souvenirs. I have been shopping, all of let's see. I'm scrolling through. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to try and go into another screen so I can actually see you guys' comments, because I want to be interactive with you and answer questions. Unfortunately, they're not coming here. I'm just going to refresh really quick and see if that helps. Think I should be able to see you guys' comments now. So if anybody wants to try and chat, I should be able to see it. Hopefully you guys were able to hear everything about Leaning Tower of Pisa. So I'm just scrolling through and looking. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. So some of the things that I absolutely love, this region of Italy, I mean, you guys know, well, maybe you don't know that Italy is very, yes, I can see it now, Leanne. I don't know what took so long, but yes, it's finally showing so I can see comments. So if you guys had any questions up until now, I didn't see any of them. Please go grab it, copy and paste. Now I can see your questions, and hopefully you guys can see and hear me. Okay, so while we're there, I'm going to go ahead and continue, and let me know if anybody needs me to the link to the photos, or if someone was able to share it from before, even better. All right, so let's see. A lot of beautiful architecture here, a lot of church visits, but I will share, being here in the central region of Italy, this is more of a heavier meat eater, carnivore section. So for dinner, usually there's like, I would say 3 or 4 courses. First course, interestingly enough, of course, there's always a bread basket, but the first course is usually some type of pasta. So we have had lasagna, we have had ravioli, we have had, gosh, what else have we had? I don't know what it's called, but it's like 2 little cylinders together pasta, and that was really, really good with like a meat. So you have your pasta first, and then you have your entree, which is very different because usually the way we eat it, pasta is the entree. But after your pasta, you'll get something like in one of the pork chop with potatoes. So much flavor, so good. And then if there's a salad, sometimes the salad comes out before, sometimes the salad comes out after, and then always dessert. So a lot of food, and to me, a lot of really good food. But we're also walking a lot. I've shared with you all that this is a very active itinerary. We're together in the hotel. Usually breakfast is like 7:30, and so by 8 o'clock we're on the road, and we don't come back to the hotel until everything is done for the evening. And so yes, a lot of walking. I think Alex calculated something like 15,000 steps. So easily, 3 to 5 miles a day. So I'm hoping that helps when I get back home and get on this, because when I'm on vacation, I do enjoy myself, and I just kind of throw caution to the wind. Another thing that's very popular in this area. The Renaissance was big here, so there's a lot of art, a lot of statues if you're into that. And then Michelangelo's David, the man that's in the nude that's supposed to be the perfect, human form. There's the original here, and then there's also lots of, I don't know if they call them duplicate replicas. So yes, there's lots of replicas as well. So beautiful shots. You guys will see them if you haven't already, or I can drop them if you need me to drop the link if anybody doesn't have the pictures. We also went today, we went to a leather factory. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tuscan leather, but we've actually went to a leather factory and learned about the tanning process, learned how to tell the difference between real leather and fake leather, learned about suede. It was great. And then, of course, all tours end up in the gift shop. And so I may or may not have done some shopping. Okay, I did some shopping, but they get really good quality Italian leather that will last a lifetime. I'm very excited about that. All right, so I'm not seeing any questions. I'm going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and chat, but I'm just going to keep going and see if I can talk to you guys about some of the food. So I'll drop that link and let me know if anybody, let's see if I can get you guys some photos. 1 second. No. Okay, it's not coming on yet, and I don't want to mess up anything else. So one of the things, like I've shared with you guys, that I always do in a new area is I try to eat the food that is popular in this area based on what the locals say. So there is a steak that this region is famous for, and I think it's called a bistecca. And it is a very large, let me see if I can pull it up so you guys can see. It is a very large, what looks like a T-bone to me. And they cook it only one way, which is rare. Now, we did get ours medium rare, and I shared it with Alex. And he ate probably about 2/3 of it, and I ate 1/3 of it. Let me see if I can get a picture for you guys. They bring out the steak to the table uncooked at first to show it to you so that you can approve how the steak looks. And then they take it back and they cook it. And it's basically seared on the top and the bottom, but the inside is still cool and pink. I have never had a rare steak in my life, but it was excellent. I'm glad I gave it a try. Would I eat it again? Probably not, unless there were like 3 or 4 people to share it with me, because it was a lot. But I'm so glad that I tried it. I know this region of the country, again, they're very, well, all over the country and all over Europe. And so, they don't run the air conditioning unless, they really need to. So you have to request it in the hotel. They turn the on off is controlled by the main desk. You're in your room, but they do that intentionally so they don't have it running all of the time, because they are conscious about the environment. Let's see what else. Because this is a heavy, I guess beef area, they use the hide from the cows that they consume in order to make the Tuscan leather. They don't like to so that was really good to learn. So yes, I did get some leather from the leather shop. But back to the restaurante, I think Natalia, I'll have to find it, you guys. It's all in the photos. So the steak, the bisteca that was recommended comes one way, rare, and it's a la carte. So when you order the steak, all you get is the steak. Um, you have to add any other sides. And so I asked the waitress, what she recommended. And believe it or not, she actually recommended fries. And so they served us these fries. Let me see if I can show you guys here since my iPad isn't working. Okay. Let me see if I can show you guys. So these are the fries that came with the steak. So you can see that they've been sliced very, very thin and fried nicely. See if I can get you a picture of the steak. Still struggling. So you can see this is what was left over when Alex and I got done with it. I'm going to see if I can find a picture for you when they brought it out. And then we did have dessert. I've never been a fan of tiramisu, but I did order a tiramisu because that's what the waiter recommended, and it was amazing. I don't know what it is, if it's, cookies soaked in espresso or whatever it is, but it is so flavorful. And the way that they served it was kind of underneath this. Let's see if I can find it. This picture is not a really clear one, but you guys can see this is the steak that kind of came out on a platter. So you can see it's charred nicely, but still cool pink in the center. So this is what Alex said with the fries. And then the tiramisu. Let me see if I can show you guys. It just kind of looks like a big blob, but you can see here that it's dusted with espresso, I believe. And I think they're like cookies or something that is soaked in coffee. The flavor was exquisite. Oh, here it is. This is what the waitress does. Bring out this steak to you. You can see she's holding it up for us to approve. And I'm looking at that like, who's going to eat all of that? I mean, I eat meat, but my goodness, y'all, it's humongous. Oh, it's humongous next to the bread basket. So I was a little bit nervous, but hey, pure protein. And I'm not a dry, wet red wine drinker, recommended. And so that's what I had. Let's see. What else? Oh, I did order a coffee afterwards. Y'all, the coffee here, I think I said this before. Now I know why they only give you this much. Let me show you guys the coffee that I got. I'm sorry, this is so janky, but I put my AirPods next to it so you could see the size, like a little thimble size cup of coffee, and it's foamed very nicely, but it's just black coffee, which y'all know how I drink my coffee, not like this. And it's halfway full. That cup is, and that little teaspoon. But I promise you, that's all that you need. It tastes like you had a big old cup of coffee with just that little bit because it is so strong, but it is so, so good. So good. All right. I see people are on here, but y'all, I'm not seeing anything else come through the chat. So I don't know if I'm missing any questions or anything. I'm just going to keep going. But if everybody's still with me, let me know. Let me see if I can get the pictures for you guys. Did they come up? I don't think so. All right, we're just going to keep going. Let's see what else. So again, a lot of walking. I did also have the further south that we go in Italy, there are different, I mean, like any region, right? There are different specialties for that region. So I've been wanting limoncello. You guys would probably know it as a dessert wine. So I did have it tonight with dinner. So it was a little glass, oh gosh, every time I touch it, it was a little glass just like this. It's very sweet. I did enjoy it, but I don't know if I would eat it. I don't know if I would eat it. I don't know if I would drink it with a meal. It's probably something that's better, I don't know, as it's on its own. Um, Unlike the red wine from today that I had with the steak, which was excellent. Probably by itself, not my favorite, but I just asked the waitress to recommend something and she recommended a red wine. So that's what I had. It's cut off. Ah, struggle streaming. Always struggle streaming. So, yeah, I'm still not seeing anything else on the chat. I don't know if I'm missing you guys completely. All right, battery's low on the iPad. Let's see what else I can show you guys from today. So we talked about the tiramisu, we talked about limoncello, we talked about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Let me see if I can show you guys something from inside the leather factory. I don't know if this is showing up. This is just a collection of belts, but of course they had belts and bags and purses and everything that you can think of. Oh, a few items for me. A piece of bread here. Something that's interesting. I don't know if this shows up very well, but you guys know how usually when you get bread at a restaurant, bread has really good flavor, a little bit of salt to it. Often they give you butter to put on it. Um, Sometimes they also, in an Italian restaurant, will give you like olive oil to pour over it. Not in Tuscany. The dinners that we've had, the bread basket is very, very plain. They don't use salt. And the reason is back in the past, salt was very expensive, like back in the past, like hundreds of years ago. And that's actually where we get the like modern term salary from, because I believe either the Latin or the Italian is sale. And because salt was, a rarity, they didn't use it in bread. So the bread is probably bland most people, but what they say is you're supposed to use it to sop up your sauce. So if you're eating a pasta and there's leftover sauce in the bowl, you break the bread, the plain bread, and you use it to get all that goodness up. I didn't know that. I am a bread person. Y'all know I usually don't eat bread because I'm gluten free. On this vacation, I'm eating bread every day. But croissants and pastries and all of that, you all know that I've been sharing. But it's different when you go to eat some bread. You're used to having that sodium in there. Maybe you don't know. A couple other fun facts because I still don't see anything. I'll try and let's see if I can get in on YouTube and see if you guys are commenting anything that I'm missing. Okay, it says we've got some people here. I'm going to go into the chat. Ah, okay. I see some chat here. Y'all, this is so weird showing here. So Sherry Baby says, you traveled to Europe as a small child and you hope to go back. Yes, I would highly recommend it, Sherry Baby. I've been to Paris, Normandy, which is in France, took Marcus there, been to the UK, well, London, which is in the UK. Then traveled through Amsterdam, but then this time we've been to Switzerland and Italy, and I would recommend it. There's so much history here. I think, in Europe for, all of the reasons that we already know. Europe have a lot of history, whether you're a Bible scholar or you just like architecture or food or whatever, there's something for everybody here. So I would definitely recommend it. Erin Laura says, we were packing food and salt before refrigerator. Too valuable to sprinkle on food. You're right, Erin Laura. Salt is used even still to this day as a preservative. You all, that eat fish are pescatarians, that a lot of times they would preserve, fish and other meat, bacon, like all of that stuff in salt. So some of the best food comes from humble beginnings, and we've learned a lot of those about how some of the poor people made some of the things that we eat today. And I'll share with you guys a few Italian faux pas. Sherry Baby says you lived in Germany a little bit. That's wonderful. And you drove all over from Austria and France to southern Spain. I wanted to go to Austria. I haven't been, but I was in the Alps, but I've never been to Spain. I did pick up some olives today. The boy's dad, my ex-husband used to always rave about olives, and I never liked them. But when I got here, I realized how different they taste fresh. So we picked him up some olives today. I'm just scrolling back, y'all. I see you guys here. Oh my gosh. Let me see. I think I can type in my, this is so crazy. Let me see. Oh, you're so welcome. Let me see if I can get you guys these photos now. And I'm just doing this on YouTube, y'all. It's gonna be crazy. It's so many, but the Wi-Fi is just, on and then it's not. But you're so welcome. I'm happy to share. Okay, Caudell, great question. Caudell says, have you gotten an apron yet for your souvenir? Yes, ma'am. I absolutely did. I forget that was like my, my item, right? I found a souvenir, and since I'm in so many different regions, like I did get a bag that says Como, but I didn't want Como souvenirs and Florence souvenirs and Pisa souvenirs. So I was looking for stuff that said Italia, and I found it. And I'm so excited. Let's see if I can get this to you guys. So I do have an apron. It's a little bit loud. It's got pizza all over it. It's yellow. But I think it's super cute, so I can't wait to put that on for you guys. So yes, I did get an apron. Thank you for the question, Caudell. Thank you for the hand claps, Maya. Happiness with no carbs says, OMG, I'm finally able to watch. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. And it looks like I'm frozen again. I don't know, y'all. But there's a couple of tour groups here. I'm sure everybody just hit the Wi-Fi at the same time. So I'm back to using my phone. I'm just going to refresh really quick and see if that'll help with the comment. There we go. So I'm back, and we'll just see if the comments up. But I've got you guys. I'm able to log into YouTube and see you guys here. But yes, I did get an apron. Let's see, what else have you guys said? But hi, Vel. I see you're present. Thank you for being here. Erin Laura is present. Motivation and Muscles with Maya. Thank you for being here. Caudell, thank you for being present. Sherry Baby, thank you for being present. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sherry Baby says, so wonderful in your adventure. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. I love to share and kind of show you guys what I'm doing. I just hate that it's a bad experience and so janky. You guys know my standards, and this is not how I want you to experience me, but it's real, and I'm glad that you appreciate it. Oh my gosh, Erin, no ice cubes, no AC, no Wi-Fi. How does Europe do it? Oh my You're right about that. I don't know what the thing is about ice cubes. I don't know if that's an environment thing, but Aaron Laura is right. And we talked about this the last time that I streamed. I'm here with a lot of Americans, and we like our drinks ice cold. But when they bring water to the table, it's kind of room temperature water in the pitcher that you refill yourself. It takes a little getting used to, but it's fine. Y'all know I have this water bottle that I travel with. This is a Life straw, and it's got a filter inside so that you can, basically turn tap water or whatever into filtered water. But yeah, it's just kind of not cold. It's not hot, but it's cold. And then you also said no AC. There is AC, but y'all, so these rooms, when you have the your room key, you guys have probably stayed in a hotel like this, maybe where the same room key, once you come inside, you have to put it in a slot on the wall so that it turns on the electricity. So when you leave and you take your room key, it turns everything off. They're very conscious about the environment. Most of the cities have been very clean. People actually throw their trash away. And what they told us when we first checked in is that they don't like to have the AC just running unless a guest is actually in the room. So when you get your room key and you check in, you have to call down to the front desk to say, please turn on the air conditioning in room 111 or whatever it is. And then the front desk will actually enable the air conditioning. And then you do have a thermostat on your wall that you can adjust the temperature up or down 3 degrees. So you have a little, you can tweak it for yourself, but it's not like what we're used to, where you can just crank it up and do whatever. All right, so let's see what other questions y'all have. And I'm just on YouTube, y'all. I'm having to look at me on another device and read your questions because they're not coming up here. Oh, no Wi-Fi. Yeah, Aaron Laura, there is Wi-Fi, but I just don't think it's stable. It's one of those that you get on and then it kicks you right off. Ah, thank you, Aaron Laura says, don't feel bad, Maggie. It is real. Yes, welcome to the old world, Sherry baby. Val says it's okay. The memories are forever, and we are making memories. Alex is here. I've shushed him. He's been running up and down with his friends. But yes, he is here, and we definitely are making memories. I've shared that with you all, that I am an experienced person over a things person. And, these trips have been postponed for a couple years. You all know why. That's why I didn't really say anything about it, because we've literally gotten ready to travel in the past, and then days before, had to postpone. Sherry Baby says you want to go to Scandinavia next. That is on my bucket list. I think it would be awesome to go to, like, I don't know, Norway, Finland, and what's the other one? Sweden, right? I think it would be so cool only for me because they're very different. I know in Europe they're familiar with, those, and united with the Viking history, even though it's very violent. But I would love to travel to Scandinavia. So Living Out Loud says, have you thought about or been inspired for certain recipes? Oh, you know what's so funny? I don't really love like Italian food. I eat a lot of it, of course, here, and I make a lot of recipes because it's kids, but I kind of feel like we've done a squash lasagna. Um, we've done lots of pizzas. Y'all, the pizza here. Oh my God. Y'all, ooh, Denmark. You see, look at me saying Sweden. Ooh, a fjord cruise. Wouldn't that be awesome? But here's a couple of fun facts that I learned that I asked our guide. Are there any Italian food faux pas that we as Americans make? Um, so a couple things that I learned. Alfredo is not a traditional Italian dish. Um, Eating with butter, just plain pasta with butter, is something that people would make at home when they don't have, ingredients for a proper sauce, or if your tummy's a little bit upset and you just need something bland. That's something that, like parents may make for kids, but legend has it that there is a how do you say, I guess a king and queen that were always, no, that's the wrong story. That's the pizza margarita. Um, but somebody, y'all, there's so many of these. Somebody went to a restaurant and saw the owner's wife eating like a pasta with like a plain sauce and asked to have what they were having. And they were like, oh no, that's not on the menu. We want to give you something nice. This is just plain pasta with butter. And so I guess maybe let's just say it was some Americans visiting. Y'all know, I don't know. But they tried to go home and recreate that white creamy sauce, a white sauce, and started adding cream and different things to it. And so that's where like Alfredo sauce came from. Um, it's not a traditional Italian dish, because what they said is that the Italians, don't add cream to it. They actually save some of the pasta water, the frothy pasta water. And it's where you get that kind of. But I think she said like shepherds or people that would be away from food for a long time, they would have dry pasta, they would have like a block of cheese, and then the milk from, the cows or whatever they were herding. Y'all know, I don't know. And they would kind of, have the ingredients to make a basic creamy sauce, with what they had that could travel well with them. And so, that's how some of these, dishes are born. Um, One other story, and then I'll tell you guys about some faux pas. So the pizza margarita, and I did have a picture of Lauren, I see you didn't miss the alert. This is like stream number 2, y'all. I was almost like, I just want to give it up. But no, here I am. It's another struggle stream. Keeps me humble. But Pizza Margarita was the king and queen story. So I think it was a king and queen of somewhere. I don't know. And they asked, to try this, pizza sensation that people were eating. And I think pizza comes from Naples. It actually was more popular in New York from the Italian immigrants, but it kind of started with this snack where people would eat the plate. So the bread or the dough, the plate, and then they would put their toppings or ingredients on it, and they would eat the whole thing. And I think the chef wanted to make something that resembled the Italian flag, which is green, white, and red. So he made a simple pizza for them with red sauce, of course, white cheese. I'm assuming it's mozzarella, and then fresh basil, which is the green, and named Pizza Margarita after that queen whose name was Margarita. So I thought that was pretty cool, a pizza named after me. Okay, yeah. Oh, y'all know it's not named after me, but I thought that was funny. So Sweden was correct. Okay, yeah. Somewhere, yeah, I would love to. I do these trips every year, and next to go to Greece, and it's going to be a tour of the Greek islands. So if anybody's interested, I can definitely drop the link for you, and you can see all about it. Let me see if I can pull up. If I can pull up the tour that we're on now, and at least on YouTube. Oh gosh. So yeah, yep. So you guys can see the itinerary. since I'm on multiple devices and this is so janky. All right. All right, so I was able to post that. If anybody's watching on Facebook, I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss your comment. Feel free to hop on over to YouTube. Same thing with Twitter. So let's see, is there anything else? Let me see if I can go to my photos. I'm trying to get this link to you guys, but it is just not, because it's big. It's really, really big. But what have you guys seen that you liked in my, what's it called? In my posts? Any questions that you guys have? Let's see, did it copy? And then I'm coming back to your comments. But I'm really enjoying myself. So again, we're checking out tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a travel day. So we're going to go to, I think she said Azizi. And, okay, wrong. And then Rome. So I will, we are going to go to the Vatican. We are going to see the Colosseum. Is it the Pantheon, Parthenon? Y'all know, I don't know. In all seriousness, I used to get really excited about these trips and look at the itinerary and study everything and plan all this stuff out. And then, with the pandemic, it's just kind of like I had to be flexible. Things could change at any moment. So, I kind of treat it like adult daycare. I pack my bag, I get my passport, I grab my kid, and every day when we wake up, it's like, where are we going today? I don't know. Oh, Belle says you're loving all the food pics. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll continue to do that. Let's see if there's any other food pics. I have been shopping and y'all have been eating more. But I'll share, with them. I know I'm getting bloated and I can already see it in my ankles and it's like, oh, this is not a good look. But I don't know if it's called the law of diminishing returns, but so this is a 10-day trip and whatever this is, day 5 or 6, I don't know. But I actually walked past the croissants at breakfast this morning and I was like, yeah, I'm good. We were supposed to have gelato. They say eat gelato every day because it's hot and you're walking a lot. But when you don't eat this food, like the first few days, it's kind of like, oh, I love it. Give me more. And I'm fine. I'm well. I'm not sick or anything. But it's just kind of like when it becomes like every day, this is what you see. How can you say, it's not as exciting. It's still very good. Please believe I'm still eating it. But yeah, I'm proud of myself that I'm kind of feeling like, this is good, but I'll also look forward to getting back to what I know I need to be doing. Oh gosh. So let's see. Caudell says, cool memories. I always wondered why they called it margarita pizza. Oh, yeah. I didn't know. We were in a convenience store. So when we have long drives from city to city, sometimes they're 3 or 4 hours. They'll play a movie on the bus, but we'll stop at a rest stop every couple hours. And you can buy like snacks or, a battery pack like I need, which I need to find it. I saw pizza margarita and I just took a little selfie with the sign because I was like, okay, so another struggle stream. I think I've gone through everything that I've done. I'm just scrolling through really fast to see if there's anything. So we talked about the Tower of Pisa. Everybody here, for the most part, has been, extremely nice. I have tried the limoncello. Honestly, I like the Prosecco better. We were in more northern Italy the last couple of days in Venice, and the Prosecco pairs really well with the seafood that we had. It was excellent. But the closer you get to the south, The limoncello is popular, so I tried it. It was really good. Lots of architecture, lots of history, lots of beautiful churches, so much that we could talk about there. But I try to keep everything, food related. I know some people like to see it all, but the food is great. The gelato is amazing. It is churned more slowly and not as cold as ice cream. They actually put it in the cone with a spatula, so many different flavors. The fruit is amazing. I've had apples and peaches so far. It's really just, you know, like I said, their regular standard is kind of like our organic standard. Um, the fruit is more dense and it has more flavor. Like when I bite into an apple, you know how ours sometimes can almost like you just go right through it, kind of like styrofoam. This one you gotta, really work on it. But I think, unfortunately for us in America, and I'm not the food police, y'all. Eat what you have. Um, but our food is grown so quickly because it's got to be kind of mass produced. Sometimes it loses some of the flavor. Guys, this is a pasta that I had. I know the picture is not great, but those are the little, whatever they're called. So you can see the noodle is like this little rectangle, not yeah, long. I don't know. And there are 400 different types of pasta. And let's see, this was a pork chop and some roasted potatoes. You want to say hi? We're about to wrap up. Here's Alex. Oh, let me see. I'm at my phone.
Hello.
So Alex is here. Anything you want to say about the food or anything? You having a good time? Good.
I'm tired.
Okay, Alex is tired. So yeah, you guys, I'll just wrap on this. I have been enjoying my little spritzers. This was me sitting down yesterday. I think that's wine. I don't know if it's wine and sparkling water, but a little nightcap just to kind of wind down the day. Oh, so yeah. All right, you guys, again, another struggle stream. I'm sorry. But I'm not, on my Wi-Fi. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get these pictures uploaded and sent to you guys. But we're here, we're doing well. It is absolutely beautiful. I would highly recommend it if you ever get a chance to go. If you like Italian food, you will love it here. Even if you don't like Italian food, you will still love it here. But yeah, so we'll be traveling tomorrow. Again, I did pre-record a series for you all, cooking with Maggie. I don't remember, but it goes every day at 12 p.m. Eastern. But we're 6 hours ahead of Atlanta time, so it is 12:15 in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you all for being here. Apologies for the struggle stream, but we're gonna go to bed. And tomorrow we'll be making our way to Rome. And I don't know if you guys want me to keep at it, then I'll give you another update after we're done in Rome. But thank you so much for being here. And thank you all for supporting. I'll continue to post when I have Wi Fi. I know the pictures still say Switzerland, but we've made our way south. So thank you guys for watching. You really made my day, and thank you for being patient. I'll clean up the title and everything. Please subscribe and have your notifications on. Hopefully it works. I try to schedule these, but technical difficulties. So